Hello everyone, and welcome to Court of the Rings on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I am Lord of the Rings Community Manager Cordovan, and I'll be with you for the next hour, hanging out, having some fun. We're going to be doing Harvest Math, we'll be doing lots of Q&A, we've got a lot to talk about, so I think we're just going to get right to it here. I'm going to try to do a little gaming here while I answer your questions on Twitch chat. So, how are you doing? Let me kick off the show with a little bit of self-promotion, if that is okay. Because tomorrow, from noon to midnight Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/LoChurroStream. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, it's happening on Twitch. We are going to be doing our Extra Life marathon. And I'm going to be there from, well, I'd have to look at the schedule again, on and off throughout the day, including right away at noon. And just kind of hanging out. We're going to be having a lot of giveaways. That's one of the things I'll be doing today, is getting ready for giveaways, making sure all the streamers have things to give away, and things like that. So we, we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about, I guess. And a lot to do. Hello, David from Houston over on Facebook. Lisa, Fran, Matt. I have not heard of the Task Curials being live. Sorry. What can I say? Hey, folks, you need to dance. Dance like your life depended on it. Bashful festival goer. So that's number one. Anyway, we're getting ready for a big blowout weekend here on Twitch. So it's going to be really cool, and I'll be there really throughout the day. Also doing stuff for the other game side, so I'll be basically zipping back and forth between the two. Mostly on the LoChurro side, though. And one of the things I plan to do is get a huge chunk of questing done. Unfortunately, similar to the anniversary event, remember I'm working from home here, right? So I can't really log in very adequately to like my official Cordovan character. I do, but it's not in a way that is particularly streamable, nor a way that can be easily done. So it's just going to be in my play characters tomorrow, and I'm just going to be hanging out and hopefully getting a whole ton of questing done is the idea. So anyway, that is the idea there. Oh, also, I turned the LoChurro sound down. Sorry about that, because I wanted to make sure I was going on YouTube and everything. That's part of the reason the show's a few minutes late. I wanted to make sure I had solved my streaming problems once and for all. So let me do a quick emote here. How do I want to express myself? I want to express myself by throwing... Let's see, where's that tantrum? I saw tantrum. That sounds good. Let me throw a tantrum. On stage. It has nothing to do with events of the week. Yeah, so it's been a long week, hasn't it, everybody? You know, we had our big election still ongoing in the United States and all that. So for a lot of people, this has been a particularly long week. And we have been busy on the Standing Stone game side as well, so I think a lot of you, as well as a lot of us, are probably looking forward to the weekend and getting in some good LoChurro time. We released update 28.1.1 this week, and I can talk a little bit more about that. One thing I wanted to see, I think I still have an old map. Let me make sure I do. Let's see, do I want to go to Northern Breton? No, not really. Could go there. I was going to figure out the easiest way to get to the horse races from here. I can't remember which one that is. Oh, well. Actually, you know what? I'll do Wistmead. I haven't really been in Wistmead on stream yet here for this Harvest Math. So I'll get my dailies done from Wistmead here. By the way, I'm not going to say when I'm going to do it. I'm not going to say when I'm going to do it because as has been proven time and time again on stream, it is generally not a good idea for me to say, hey, I'm going to log into PvMP now. But let me say this. I am going to log into PvMP. Yes, I will do it on Saturday during the Extra Life live stream. So, at some point during the stream, I'm just going to pop on over. I'm just going to do some PvMP, and then I'm going to get crushed like I always do in a matter of seconds and never not get crushed, and then I'll be like, well, that was fun. Okay, now let's do something else. But I am going to do that for a while on Saturday, because that'll be pretty... a thing. That'll be a thing. It'll be a fun thing. So, something to look forward to, I guess, on the Extra Life live stream, which will be happening tomorrow on twitch.tv/LoChuraStream.
Oh, good day.
Okay. I want to check it here. Actually, I think I've already got the... Let me see if I've got it. I'm pretty sure I got the Gourd thing in my task list. Let me make that active. I'm just going to skip Frozen Sugar. I don't know why I put that one. I didn't pick that one up yet. Okay, well, that's fine. I will shortly. So, oops. There we go. Must have been on a different character that I had picked it up. There you go. And I don't think I'm going to go into the... Yeah, here we go. You know what? I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to do some other stuff instead. Oops.
Stay and have some tea. Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
I think I've already spoken to him already, so I'm okay there. Ah, okay. Someone just, that little ding you heard in-game was someone asking about an Extra Life donation, how to get me the information. So let me just quick mention that. We're taking donations through November 15th. That's to extra-life.org/team/SSG. extra-life.org/team/SSG. And then when you're done with that, go to the Lotro forums, and I'll explain in a second if you can't use the forums for whatever reason, how to get in touch with me. But you'll go to the Lotro forums and send a private message to Cordovan. Cordovan. That is me. Basically, I would just go to the announcements section or something like that, look for my name, and then just right-click or click send a private message, etc. Whatever. All I really need to know is, yo, this is, I donated under Bob. I gave you $20 on Saturday. That's literally all I need to know. Because what that allows me to do then is connect it to a forum name that I will then be using to distribute all of the various giveaways and things like that. So, yeah. So just send me a quick private message on the forums, and that'll take care of it for you.
Can I take a moment of your time?
I'm not going to do the ale quest. But I will get myself some gourds. Oink. I'm trying to remember where. There's still a few things I haven't done, right? Oh, I gotta find cats. That's right. Wonder what happened to that. That may not be active. Let me clear out a few things then. Like... Nope, you're not a Gourd. You're a Gourd. Gourd of the Rings today on Court of the Rings. Sorry, I can't help myself. I'm always like this, you know. It's been a really busy couple of weeks here in the SSG offices, and honestly, it's been stressful as that stuff always kind of is, but it's been a lot of fun too. And remember that within the last month here, on the Lord of the Rings side, of course, we released War of Three Peaks, and then this week on the other game side, we released our expansion there. So the culmination of what has been a pretty lengthy development period, I guess to say shorthand, during the time of COVID, as shall we say, if you kind of get my drift in terms of the environment that all of this largely took place in from start to finish. And to see how it's turned out professionally, personally, among us as a team, and in the community, has been rewarding and exciting and interesting. And frankly, on this Friday, now that both expansions are out for both games as of this week, and although we obviously always still have work to do, you know, things are going pretty good. It's a time of celebration a little bit. So it's a time for me to thank the Locho development team for the hard work that they have been doing and are continuing to do here as we prepare for really everything that's coming here in the near future, of which there is also plenty, plenty going on. Okay, what am I doing? I need to talk to Walrick. Surprised I haven't seen any black cats yet. I think they're off in the distance. Could do that. I could have sworn like the cats there around here, right? Spiderlings, fanged black cats. I thought there was always one around here. And then I thought there was one kind of in the woods back here, but I'm not seeing it, so... Should at least be one back here, right? But I'm not... Again, I'm not seeing any kind of black kitties. Oh, where am I? No. I mean, it's been a while, but I didn't think I was that bad at this yet. Alright. I will take your fall festival tokens. Alright. So let me see what else we got. Oh, the quest circles on the minimap. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, that's... Oh, right. Oh, yeah, okay. You know what? I'm going to be wandering around anyway. Let's do this one. Oh, there's... Camellia is who I'm looking for. And Camellia is... not here. But yes, actually this is going to work, because if I'm looking for cats, right? They're also back here? Back here specifically. There we are. There we are. At least getting there. I don't know if it's going to let me. Is it going to let me pick up a pie? Yeah. Yep. I know where Marigold Boffin is. Alright, let me take a quick look at chat. Actually, let me do that while I'm wandering if I can successfully. Dolthian. So, I'm going to try to answer your question, although it's probably not exactly going to be the answer you're looking for. The question is, you say, with the discussion of where to take the content storyline, were held a few years ago. You know, when we did those talks. Where am I going? I'm going still this way. Okay. What do I have left? Cats. I need one more effect to shake off. And that might be... No, that's still that NPC. Oh, let's see. If I got that spider? I guess I did. Alright. So, then... Where else? Probably over this way. So I'm pretty sure I've already got that spider. However, something over here I could check out. There we go. Yeah, there's one of the kitties anyway. Alright. There's another one. Alright. Let's see. Thanks for the Figments Award. Yeah, it's actually a good point. Gosh, I am so stuck in bushes here. Alright. Where am I? Here we go. I want to go... Nope. It's other side of this tree. I'm actually... So you can't see this, and on top of that, it's pretty blurry because of all this stuff. But I've got some sunlight coming in. And I'm actually having a hard time seeing my monitor a little bit today. So it's not making things particularly easy, but... surely there must be one more. Where's that last? The thing that's bugging me is where's that last thing I'm looking for here? Oh, well, that's definitely not where I wanted to go. Crud. Alright, well, let me get back to us. Are PaySafe cards coming back? Thank you. Diana, over on Facebook asks, yes, that is something that we're going to be bringing to the new Locher market in the future. And we'll have more information about that as we get closer to it. There we go. But that one's not counting. Okay, is there something I need to... Oh, that was the frozen trickery. Okay. Oh, there's a kitty anyway. Or there was a kitty. So I'm trying to figure out where that last spider that... Oh, maybe it's that Stomp Shrew? I thought I got that one already, too. I did. Didn't I? Oh, there's that. Oh, that bodes well, doesn't it? No. That was just a falling effect. Oh, okay, it is a cat. People are just using it. That's what's up. Okay, let me see. I got sidetracked mid-answer. So, about ideas of where we were pitched, it doesn't really work like that. The reality is we have a lot of options to choose from, and our long-term lore folks, you know, Made of Lions and Chris Pearson and the development team in general, what have you, have got a ton of plans as to where they'd love to go and what they'd love us to do, right? So it's usually that there is way more to do than there will ever be the available development time really to get all that stuff done, right? That's just sort of how it actually goes. And the nice thing about that, though, is it always gives us a lot of options as to where we do end up going, but it's rarely quite that linear. There's a lot of discussions that happen all the time. So in terms of this is the year we're going to do this, and then next we're going to do this, and we've got this 10-year plan or something. I mean, there are like multiple possibilities for what we could do for really the next 20 years if we want to. That stuff exists. Yeah. There we go. That should do it.
Good day.
Alright. Now, I need to speak to Iris Tunneling.
A lovely day, isn't it?
And I need to speak to Bingo. Waller. There is a bug and they kill me in Graham's foot. Yeah, probably. You know, I mean, the reality is, when I tend to play PvMP on stream, I don't really expect it to be a, you know, reveal of my ultimate PvMP pro skills, because they just don't exist. So it's all just kind of for fun, and I kind of expect to be just like camp slammed and all the rest, you know, whatever you want to call it. Whatever the kids these days are calling camping. And just sort of destroyed, decimated. And that's okay. I don't really... That's not really the point, right? Okay, so, Till Assover... Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to... Come on, dude. Sorry. Someone had asked an actual question. Okay, Dolthian, will we be able to... Again, thanks for that. Hopefully I answered your question. So the answer, really, the short term of... Is there still potentially another route that it could have taken? Oh, absolutely. And there will always be kind of multiple possible routes that we could take. And I think that answered your question. Okay. I am talking to... Oh, bingo. You also ask, when will we get an end-of-the-year recap roadmap? I think it won't be the end of the year. I think it'll be in early 2021, after everyone gets back from the holidays, and we really start hitting, you know, tires to the road or whatever, as it will. I think we're planning to do a producer's letter in early January. Now, we'll have more information before then about, like, various things. But, I think in terms of a producer's letter, that's not going to happen until next year. So I wouldn't expect that, say, by the holidays or something like that. Yes, I am looking into the status of the dual mode of Shaka Lush, the stair battle. That will be something I will be taking a look at here this afternoon. My understanding is that it's still closed because it's not working. But you're right that there was some kind of fix there in 28.1.1. And just real briefly, I was going to put these notes up on a side screen while I was doing a bit of questing so that I could talk about a little bit about some stuff that's been going on kind of on the forums and what have you. And actually, what time do we have? We've got 12:36. I have time to do that, but I think I'm going to bum around the maze just a little bit and pick up those last two dailies. Do it that way. Rather than travel all the way to Mickle Building. So, one of the things that we were able to add in update 28.1.1 is that missions will now award 5 motes of enchantment in addition to the Gabaleka, I believe that's how you say it, Gabaleka, war marks. A cap level weekly missions quest has been added as an additional source of embers of enchantment. This quest will automatically bestow if you are at the level cap and do level cap missions. 10 new Elder Slade deeds tracking your completion of missions quests have been added. And provide a source of the Gabaleka War Marks and Virtue XP. Complete them to earn a new title. The war effort, Missions for the Cause, weekly, now awards 400 motes of enchantment. That's up from 200. I'm gonna fail to race. I will just repick that one up and do that when I'm not finding crows and gourds. That's where I was. So now I should, if I recall correctly... I'm not lost. I just don't know exactly where I'm going. It's more of a feeling than a map, you know? You just roll with it. So, I also wanted to mention that the March on Gundabad, the Missions for the Cause, will award 42 Motes of Enchantment daily, up from 20. And then there was a release note that ended up quickly getting adjusted, but I'm not going to get into that bit, but I am going to get into the bit that's coming in update 28.2. And coming in 28.2, we're going to be adding copper coins of Gundabad for the Ember's Quest. And I see what you're saying about duo mode still being in there, other than that release note being in there. So, or the release note that the monsters in duo mode should now be working correctly. That is not the case. I think that shouldn't have been put into the release notes. Or that is the case, and then we need to double check that and reopen the duo mode of the stair battle. So I'll be looking into that this afternoon. So there is one issue I wanted to call your attention to, because it has to do with some confusion that we've run into about playing missions with another player. And that's because we have some UI work that needs to be done in the near future. But it was added as a known issue for 28.1.1 this week. And that is that characters of different levels in Fellowship duos will need to acquire every quest in the available quest category of the mission's NPC. You need to do this so that you can see the available private encounters category, which is how you join a fellowship that someone else is already in. Or how you join a mission that someone in your fellowship is already in. And that's going to get fixed, but right now it's only displaying if every available option from the available quests is taken. So if you're running with, say, kinmates, things like that, and you want to make sure that you can figure out how to kind of join their thing, that's how you do it. So go make sure you've picked up all the quests from the mission NPCs. And then available private encounters will be the verbiage you are looking for, and that should be at the bottom of the NPC menu there. All right. So that's the 28.1.1 release notes. I would also mention that we did extend the Harvest Math Festival this week. The Harvest Math Festival is now going through Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so it's going to be running through November 30th. Originally, it was set to shut off right before the Thanksgiving weekend in the United States. You know, the big holiday, 3-day holiday weekend in the U.S. and some other parts of the world for other things. Whatever. Regardless, the point is that originally when we had released a later Harvest Math than perhaps some had anticipated, we had some feedback at the time that suggested we not have it available over that weekend. But this week we saw some different feedback from the community suggesting that they'd like to play Harvest Math over the Black Friday holiday weekend if they could. And we had no real reason not to do that, so, you know, we just saw that this week and we're like, yeah, okay, sure. So we extended it through November 30th there, and that's what's up. I still have one crow to get, but I'm going to turn in this to the NPC. And I've been neglecting chat a little bit. One of the things I'm trying to do is keep the gameplay going a little on the stream and make sure that my head is hopefully in the right place when trying to answer questions and be a little less scattered if possible on the live stream. Part of that is to actually make sure that I have my focus properly focused. So I'm, rather than constantly looking at chat, I'm trying to do it in a more, a different fashion. I think I should, let me see if I can do this. I should be able to do this. God, it's been a, can I do this? I should be able to do this. I can find my way out of the Harvest Math Festival maze. Just like this, with no dead ends like that. I see, that was like, so don't go that way. This is a walkthrough. This is a guide for the Harvest Math Wheat Maze. For those of you who need to know where all the dead ends are, I'm going to be pointing them out in this video here today. Please like and subscribe. For this and other pro-level tips, see, there's another one right there. Just wanted to point that one out to you. And there's another one, yeah. Oh, and there's my last crow, so I'm going to talk to you even if it costs me my run. It is the same as the other mazes that you might have run around in. Not that... Oh, there's another one. Yeah, so don't go that way either. That's one of the ways not to go. Yep. And there you go. So as you can see, if you're on a mission to find all the dead ends in the maze, then you need to not be taking this quest because you won't get to the end. So I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of the Harvest Math Festival maze, which still isn't here, but I am going to find my way out. The thing is, once you do get it down, like once or twice maybe, you just sort of can do it by rote. But I don't have this maze memorized yet, clearly. It should be... I could have sworn, so it should be up this way. But see, that's the dead end I kept running into. So it must be this way. And I'm going to... Nope. Is it really ground all the way this way? No. Alright. In a second here, I'm just gonna bail out. But I should. I mean, I found it when I was wandering around earlier, so... Gotta be here somewheres. How about... Nope. Is that... I can't see. Okay, no. So you have to go this way. This way. This way. Alright, cool. There we are. Groovy. Alright, and that'll actually be my 10th. So, I'm not sure. I think I will actually take a minute here towards the end to drop some things on screen, perhaps move away from gameplay a little bit, and wrap up the show with a little bit of Q&A, because I think there's some things we can still talk about that I haven't yet gotten to. Plus, I'd like to do another quick shout-out for my weekend plans and go into a little bit more detail there. But I want to pick up my daily here, so let me go and do that. So there's my 10th. And I'm not going to do that again. And this. Okay. Oh yeah, there was someone, when I was getting ready for this stream here, I had this going, so I think I'm actually going to keep that going on. This is from the Minstrels of Middle-earth, Tin Fang. I saw Tin Fang actually do some classical music while I was getting ready for the stream here, so I think I'm just going to kind of get on the spinning ring and let the music play, because I was actually going to bring that up as well. I'm also going to drop the sound effects volume. There we go. That should be a little bit better in terms of wrapping up the stream with chat. And actually, I think that still might be just a smidge loud in terms of my voice, so let me drop that just in case. And get back up that ring. And drop through a little bit of Twitch chat and things like that. So let me take a look at Facebook first. Do I have any news to share about upcoming short-term PvMP update? Yes. The last I heard, this is a tentative plan, so something could change between now and then. But the tentative plan is to have a PvMP bull roar in the very near future that will include the basic work that is being done in our next patch of significance related to PvMP. That work is about bringing up Creepside to match the current state of Freepside in the game, and to put in place a bunch of essentially levers and knobs, virtual levers and knobs behind the scenes that will allow the systems team to more quickly and easily dial in difficulty for PvMP in preparation for future work on PvMP that does not currently have an ETA to announce. And, you know, I'd say don't ask me about it every week, but I always get asked about PvMP every week, so that's fine. So we'll have more about that if and when it comes into fruition, but at the very least, for the short term here, we're going to bring up Creepside to hopefully better match Freepside, get in place some things that we can do short term to better dial in balance, and do a bull roar of that thing in the very near future. So stay tuned on the Bull Roar forums if you're a PvMP player. I was talking to some of the systems team yesterday about specifically that Bull Roar, kind of what our goals are and what we want it to be. And the hope is that we'll be able to have a good dialogue with you after you actually go to Bull Roar and check out the changes in a meaningful way, hopefully. And be able to provide us with some quality feedback on both where we are going to be with the next PvMP patch, in addition to where perhaps we should be nudging some of those levers and such. So that's actually some pretty decent PvMP news, I think, to pass along, because that could be happening. I mean, I heard the words next week. I heard the words next week, but I don't want to say that today, even though I just did. We'll find out. But, could happen in the very near future. Class balance, I have not heard about specific class balance. I know we had someone on YouTube today that was kind of vociferous in chat related to fixing Runekeeper, and I see a little bit of that on the other channels as well. I know that there's a lot of demand for class work, and I do continuously pass that information along to the team. And when we're going to be doing that classwork, you'll see it in incremental releases like we've been doing, and we'll continue to do pretty much forever, most likely. Yes, you're right, Mark. It is scrolling off my feed quickly. Would it be possible to get changeable yard effects for our houses? Like overgrown yard, neatly trimmed yard, autumn leaf covered, or snow covered? Like we can change the floor surfaces inside of our homes. I bet the art team would love to do that. I bet there would be a lot of interest in something like that. I have no idea what our technical capabilities to do something like that is. That would have to be a question for a whole bunch of people who aren't me. But it's certainly a cool idea. I'm assuming it would not be an easy idea to implement, or something like that would have been done. For example, how do you change the entire world around it? And things like that. But those are all questions that could be asked and potentially answered. Alright, let me move over to YouTube before I hit up Twitch chat. You need a large carry-all bag for decorations on Lotro store, please. You need it. You know, I am gonna let the e-commerce team know and say, hey, they want to give you money for this thing. Perhaps you ought. Let them. And then let them decide where it goes from there in terms of what their plans either have been or will be related to a large carry-all bag in the Lotro store. Any word on closed server transfers? That again came up this week internally, and we have been discussing when we'll be able to do the work needed to reopen world transfers from the closed game worlds. It's hopeful that we'll be able to get to that work in the near future. And if we are able to get that work done in the near future, it's hopeful that we'll then be able to quickly reopen world transfers from closed worlds. So I don't have an ETA to announce today, but I can tell you that progress is being made. It is still on our radar, and it's on our radar in the short term here to try to get open if we can. All right. Are we going to finally have creep housing and emotes? I don't know that that would actually be well received, but I think if Redacted, if you are a big fan of creep housing, I don't know, what would you do? Why? But okay, yeah, if that's what you want, why not, right? Okay. I guess it could be cool, right? I don't know. If I ever play PvMP on stream is not your bad skills on PvP that everyone will see, but instead you will notice for the first time in your life the status of the server performance. Okay. I have looked at that previously. Also, it's not true. It will indeed show my bad skills at PvMP. It will. It will. It will show how bad I am at PvMP. I promise you this. I am not good at PvMP. I never have been in any video game ever in the history of video games, period. I'm sorry to say that Locher was not the exception. Alright. Any comment on Guardians in particular? All I can really say about that is I did bring up that our Guardian players have been repeatedly telling me in various chats and the forums that they would like our systems team to do Guardian work in the short term. And anything beyond that, I'm not in a position to comment on. Have I ever played Witcher 3? Yes. Now we go over to Twitch chat. Can our Bjornings get bear form emotes? Probably not. I think there's a reason that the various art and animation teams don't want to add that burden to the process. I have not really heard, Squirrel, over in Twitch chat. I have not really heard much about the Eye of Sauron server recently. I know that, you know, back when we were doing last year's producer's letter, it was something that came up and was discussed, and could it totally happen. But I know that we have other things that we need to do short term here, so I really don't see it happening in the next, you know, couple of months. And so I don't really know where the exact state of the Eye of Sauron server is on this day particularly. But it's certainly something that we haven't scrapped the idea of or anything. It's just something that hasn't been gotten to with all the other work that has been going on this year. Can we have a sneak peek on Black Friday sales? No, sorry. Any word on when legendary servers will get their next level cap increase? Not today, Playwork Sleep in Twitch chat, but again, I was a part of a discussion about that very subject this week. So, you know, as you may imagine, now that War of Three Peaks is done, there's a lot of work, well, basically done, on the process of being done, shall we say. There's a lot that we're kind of looking, what are we doing now, what are we doing next, what are we doing long term, all that sort of stuff is underway. That includes the next update to the the legendary worlds, the reopening of closed worlds from for world transfers, Yuletide Festival work, the PvMP work that's going into the next thing, the Bull Roar associated with that, and then just kind of a whole bunch of planning and stuff that I can't obviously get into today. But we have a lot on our plate, and that's one of the things that we expect to hopefully get to in the short term. That would be the legendary worlds. Back to the original question. When are the legendary worlds getting their next update? Okay. Speaking of Black Friday, will there be deals this year? Yes. Yes, Flying Otter. I am confident in stating today that there will be deals on Black Friday. What is wrong with sending tells to me live on the air while I'm doing the live stream? Nothing really, other than the fact that people who are watching and listening get annoyed by all the dings, and I'm not likely to see it. Because I only kind of keep an eye on that stuff while I'm on the air. I don't have the ability to, say, like, handle customer service questions and directions and things like that during the live stream, and I do get sometimes, hey, can you help me with my ticket while I'm live on the air and things like that. So I tend to just not look at Twitch chat. Not look at, rather, in-game chat, like tells being sent to me. And if it gets too obnoxious, then I need to remove that audio bit of it, and then I'm really not seeing it. But I did happen to catch that one today. It happened to be about the subject I was just leading into, and so I used the tell today. But in general, there's nothing wrong per se with sending me tells, other than the fact that if I'm playing for fun, I'm not gonna get back to you for work. If it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, I ain't getting back to you for work. And if it happens frequently on the live stream here, as it can be distracting and annoying to those in attendance. But there's nothing per se wrong about it. It's generally just something that happens frequently for both games to me while I'm hanging around playing and on the live stream, but when I'm just playing. And I tend to not respond to them. That's not to say I don't read them, because, you know, I do read everything really that comes to me, but I tend not to respond to a lot of the stuff that gets sent my way while I'm doing kin night and things like that. Mostly because I'm not in a position to then follow up to resolve whatever question might be coming to me, especially if it's like related to a ticket. It's 12:30 in the morning. I've been doing kin night for a couple hours. I wouldn't say it's actually not unusual. It happens almost every time. Somebody's sending me a tell when I play about, like, hey, can you look into this for me? Can you look into that? I need you to work on this class. You know, a lot of the same kind of thing that I get publicly during the live stream, but privately as well. And I just wanted to say that I do generally read all that stuff, but I'm mostly unlikely to respond, especially if I'm just playing with my kinmates or on my own, or busy, frankly, doing other things. So the way to get that feedback to me is generally not through an in-game tell. If you do it, don't worry. It's fine. I don't care. I probably read it. But it's not typically the way I'm going to interface in an official capacity with the community. Unless I'm doing something like a in-game for a Bullroar preview, probably some during Extra Life this weekend. You know, when I'm in the game world in an official capacity like that, I tend to be a little looser about that kind of thing. But in general, it's better to come in through other sources. And I see at this point, we're actually after 1 o'clock. So I think, let me make sure I don't have any questions that I really do need to get to before I wrap up the show here. Oh, you could do emotes, slap or push up to fend off the effects of the drink. Little Redhead said in Twitch chat. Sorry, I wish I'd seen that earlier. I don't think I knew that, actually. That you could do an emote to fend off the effects of that drink in that quest. Thanks for the tip. I will do that. Oh, let me talk about this. It's been over a year now. Why hasn't the race change been added to the game yet? Because that's pretty standard for a lot of the things that are being developed for sale. It takes often a while. A year is not unheard of. And it gets released when it's ready. In this case, it hasn't been ready because we've had some significant bugs that we had to address a couple of times as we were going through the preview process for it that led us to be like, well, it's bugged, but it's not released yet, so let's fix it and then release it. And that work always has to be juggled through the rest of the development process. And so in this particular case, it's just taken a little while to get the race change ability out to the community for sale in the Lotro store. But that's going to be happening too in the near future. You know, I've been talking, I kind of started providing a list of stuff still on our plate here in the remaining whatever time is left of 2020. And that's on there. And that I also have heard progress on in the past week. It's almost like we had a status meeting on some of these kind of long-term things that have been swirling around that we have to get to. And yes, that did happen, and yes, we do have plans. So hopefully I've got some good news for you in the future, but I don't really have much else to say about it today.